Welcome to the tutorial for FlipPix Art Nature. A FlipPix puzzle consists of an array of tiles, each of which is either filled or empty. Your goal is to determine which tiles are filled and which are empty. To accomplish this, you will use the numbers that are displayed above the columns and to the left of the rows. For example, consider the row of tiles that are highlighted above. The number 5 to the left indicates that there are 5 consecutive tiles filled in this row. Since there are only 5 tiles in this row, you know that all of the tiles must be filled. To mark these tiles as filled, first select the tiles by touching the leftmost tile of that row and dragging your finger to the right. Once the tiles are selected, touch the paintbrush in the upper right corner. Great! Now do the same with the highlighted column of 5 tiles. That's good. This puzzle is now solved. Take a look at this next puzzle. If we look at the first row, the 1, 1, 1 tells us that there must be 3 single filled tiles, each separated by 1 or more empty tiles. The only possible solution is that the 3 tiles that are highlighted above must be filled. Select those tiles by touching them one after another. When the tiles are selected, touch the paintbrush to mark them as filled. Now you will see that the 1, 1, 1 numbers for the first row are crossed out. This means that all of the filled tiles for that row have been correctly marked, and all the remaining tiles are empty. We now want to mark the remaining tiles as empty. Select the 2 middle tiles by touching them one at a time, and then touch the hammer button. Great! Now take a look at the middle row. Note that the number 4 to the left means that there are 4 consecutive filled tiles in this row. There are only 2 ways that these 4 tiles can fit. The first is shown above. This is the second possibility. Note that for both of these cases, the middle 3 tiles must be filled. We can now safely mark these 3 middle tiles as filled. Select those 3 tiles and use the paintbrush to mark them as filled. Now take a look at the 5th column. The 2, 1 above the column means that there are 2 consecutive filled tiles and a single filled tile separated by 1 or more empty tiles. The first tile in the 5th column is already filled, so this means that the second tile must also be filled. Select the second tile of the 5th column and mark it filled using the paintbrush. Now the 2 in the first column is crossed out. This means that that set of tiles is complete, and the next tile down must be empty. You can mark the 3rd tile in that column as empty by selecting it and using the hammer. Now see if you can complete the rest of this puzzle yourself. Here's some final tips to keep in mind. When starting a new puzzle, look for the largest number on the screen and start with that row or column. Use any filled tiles along the outside edges of the puzzle and work toward the middle. You can deselect tiles by touching them a second time. You can also deselect all the tiles on the screen by touching the Deselect button. All the puzzles can be solved using logic alone, but if you get stuck, use the Hint button to reveal some of the tiles.